If you haven't noticed, I have been really busy. Between cracking the men in New Eridu, I had the opportunity to talk with Hugo, and he told me like he's working on some shady stuff as usual, and this time he needed to find a place to cover the scheme up. And I was like, hey, I've been meaning to open up a coffee shop or a cafe, whatever you call it, and why don't you invest in me a little while you do your business behind the scenes? And he's like, oh my god, kid, you're such a genius. I don't know how I can ever live without you. That's literally what he said. If you don't believe me, that's on you. And that's how I'm here, managing my cute little cafe in a small corner at Illumina Square. The first problem was staffing, so I asked Belle and Wise, since they're always up to side quest anyways, and they said yes. He also wanted to help around too, so I made him in charge of being our cafe mascot. I also proposed that everyone should be wearing uniforms, and Wise straight up said no when I took out the maid outfit. Luckily, I was able to change his mind after I blackmailed him about his alley incident with Lighter the other night. Anyways, thanks to the siblings, they used all their connections to spread the word. Zenless Zone Zero version 2.8 is dropping, and I already know this patch is about to have some of us acting a little reckless. New banners, a new reason to lose all financial restraint. Which is why this segment is sponsored by Buff. Buff is an officially authorized partner of Tencent Games, so your account stays safe and secure. The prices are cheaper, like you can get the 6480 monochromes for only $94.89. And if you're a new user, you also get an extra 5% off. It's also a super simple 3-step process. Don't worry, you've got plenty of payment options like card, PayPal, Google Play, and Apple Pay. You name it. So before you dive into the Gamba arena, check out Buff. Hit the link in the description and my pinned comment and use my code KIT01 for 10% off. That is KIT01 for 10% off on any ZZZ and HSR top-ups at Buff. On the day of the opening, we started business around 8 a.m. Our first customer was Ellen. She ordered an iced vanilla latte with 5 extra shots of espresso and extra foam. Somehow, she ends up sleeping in our nicest corner booth near the window, and I tell Wise not to wake her up because having someone sitting in the window makes the cafe looks busy to people walking by. So it's kind of like a free marketing. Then Xiaoguang came by. She said she took an early trip just to see us. She ordered an osmanthus latte and sat down as she took out her diary. Then Ambi walks in. She comes up to Wise and said, I would like 1 double cheeseburger. And we told her we don't have those. She nodded her head and said, then I'll have the mini ones. The mini ones? And then she pointed out the macarons and ordered 6 of those. Xiaoguang suddenly asked for extra sugar, so Wise gave her a packet. Around noon, things start picking up. Nicole walks in and immediately tries to tell Belle that she has a friends and family coupon. I yelled from the corner, no, she doesn't. So since she can't get a free drink, she orders a small tap water. But then she proceeds to take 20 packets of sugar, stuffs an entire pack of napkins into her bag, and leaves. Lycon appeared and said he was looking for Ellen. I showed him where she was and then proceeded to order out of courtesy. After gawking at Wise in that outfit, he asked for a specific imported Earl Grey tea. We don't sell that. We sell Lipton bags that I bought in bulk. As I was about to disappoint him, he suddenly froze, sniffing the air, and rushed to the back. Well, whatever happened back there, let's just say I have it in 4K. Xiaoguang came back to the store and asked for extra sugar again, so we gave her 3 more extra. Suddenly, the door kicked open, and it was Billy glazing himself in his new form. He loudly ordered the Justice Frappuccino, which isn't on the menu, so Belle just blended an entire bottle of motor oil with ice. Severin walks in like he is here on official business, which already annoys me because why are you bringing cop energy into my whimsical small business? He orders something extremely practical and boring like an iced Americano with no sugar, no syrup, no fun, and I immediately started flirting with him. Cecilia was there too and asked for everything we had on the menu. Luckily, Zhu Yuan arrived and pulled her away. I don't know why more cops were coming because I was sweating for my life since Hugo is committing tax frauds at the back. And suddenly, there were loud clapping sounds coming from the back, which made Julian even more suspicious. I had to tell her it was my new dough pounder 3000 and she kind of bought it. Chingy stayed for a while, looked at the menu for a full 5 seconds, and asked if we served battery acid. Somehow, Xiaoguang returned to the store again, and Wise was ready to give a whole bag of sugar, and she said no, she wanted to get a Justice Frappuccino for Banyue. First off, I don't even know how she knew that drink, but we still made it for her. Then Harumasa also showed up, whistled at Wise, and said he was just here to support small businesses. Then he sat down at the nearest table, opened his laptop, ordered nothing, and used our Wi-Fi for 3 hours to watch a movie. So I charged him with a seating fee. Later in the evening, Vivian came around and she said she's been here since morning. And I was like, I didn't see you. And she said she was hiding under the cashier waiting for the right time. I don't know what that right time meant for, but at least she ordered a lavender iced latte. Finally, someone noticed our signature drink that we promoted so hard. Near closing time, the girls from Angels of Delusions and Lady Cersei stopped by. Their teacher ordered hot piping lemonade, and the girls ordered completely different things. Sunna asked for an iced chocolate with whipping cream. Nangong actually didn't order anything. She went to the kitchen, started mixing things, and said she'll pay for the ingredients. Arya ordered a Justice Frappuccino. Yeah, we ended up adding that to the menu because it was kind of a hit. Turns out Billy had been posing around in the city all day, showing off his bike and new form. And since he kept dramatically sipping the drink between the poses, everyone started asking what it was. And somehow this has brought in a lot of intelligent constructs as customers. Then 5 minutes before closing, our doors were opened wide as Bernice and Lighter burst in. Lighter walked up to the counter where Wise was still trapped in that maid outfit. He said he didn't know this place had premium service. Belle immediately turned around to clean the cups, and I was pretending to mop the dry floor, trying to listen closer. But Wise tried to stay professional. He asked him what would he like to order. Then Lighter leaned to the counter and said, "What's good here?" But before Wise could answer, Belle slipped in between them and said, "The service." The tension was kinda insane, but Lighter finally ordered a cappuccino. Bernice, meanwhile, was asking Eos if he wanted to help her make a limited edition nitro fuel latte. Eos started shaking his head so fast, I thought his ears were going to take a flight. Around 9 p.m, we closed the business. I was counting the register and realizing we made negative money. I don't know how that happened though, but honestly, 10 out of 10 first day in business. Perhaps another time we'll open again and see new faces. Also, I've opened new memberships, so feel free to join if you want to support this cafe's recovery fund. That's all for today, and see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!